I got Spiderman. Spiderman is a card I unlocked very recently, actually. This is Spiderman. Spiderman is probably my favorite card in the game right now. I got him a couple days ago. It's the card I wanted the most. On reveal, your opponent can't play cards at this location next turn. It's 4 energy, 2 stats. Usually you want to play Spider-Man on turn 5. Because then that means your opponent is not able to play cards in a certain location on the final turn. Meaning, you know, you can try and win that lane pretty easily. There is ways of playing around Spider-Man though, right? Like you could move a card into the lane Spider-Man webs up. A very similar card to Spider-Man is Professor X. Professor X is 5 energy, so costing 1 more 3 power, so also 1 more power. His ability is ongoing. Lock down this location. Cards cannot be added, removed, or destroyed. So again, if you can play Professor X on turn 5, and then you're winning that location, you basically win. There's a few ways you can boost up cards, like in the Professor X lane, which would mean you lose. But Professor X is a really risky card, because imagine I play Professor X on the left, and my opponent also commits like their turn 5. They might get like 10 stats on turn 5. Usually, like, your cards want to play for double their energy. So if you've got a 5 mana card, you want about 10 stats. And obviously Professor X is well below curve then. So imagine I Professor X left and my opponent also plays left. Suddenly I've locked down that lane, but I have less points than my opponent. So that's why Professor X is a big risk. But that's where Daredevil comes in. Daredevil is the Battle Pass card this month. Each month there's a card you have to pay for if you want to get access to it straight away. So yeah, just so you know. And Daredevil on turn 5, he's 2 energy, 2 stats, but on turn 5, if your Daredevil is already on the board, you get to see your opponent's plays before you make your own. So in Marvel Snap, your turns are layered on top of one another. When I'm playing my card, my opponent's also playing their card. So even though it's a 6-turn game, it should be 12 turns, right? Of like my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, but they're layered on top of each other, which is a big part of the reason why it is much quicker. You can play Professor X on turn 4 with Psylocke. Exactly, mate. Yes. That is definitely a combo. I don't actually have Psylocke, by the way. I don't own the card. It's one of the cards I want most. But yeah, with Daredevil then, on turn 5, I see where my opponent's playing. That means I know which lane to Professor X to win that lane, right? Or I know not to Professor X because it's not going to win me the lane. So Daredevil has amazing synergy with Professor X and also with Spider-Man. Because again, you can Spider-Man on turn 5. And unlike Professor X, you know, you go Professor X and Spider-Man. With Spider-Man, you go on turn 5 with Professor X, it's just Professor X. But with Spider-Man, you could also play like an Electra or a Nightcrawler or something like that. So the rest of the deck is just built around consistency and trying to get this combo to work. So we have one of my favorite cards of the game, America Chavez. She is a 6 energy, 9 stats card. And you always draw this card on turn 6 and not before. So if you imagine, Hulk, for example, is 6 energy, 11 stats. But Hulk could be in your starting hand and you just can't play it till turn 6. Whereas Chavez is like below curve in terms of her raw power. But you just get a card that you can play on turn 6 and you don't have it clogging. It's almost like thinning, right? It's actually improving the odds of me drawing Daredevil in time, Professor X, Spider-Man in time. Because I don't want those cards on turn 6, right? So Chavez is just a must-have in this deck. If you're wondering why she has a little gold background as well, basically you can infinity split a card when you upgrade it loads. You split the card into 2 and you can get like some cool effects on it. So I think I've split Chavez like 8 times, 7 times. And this is my one that has a gold background. Rescue is my 4 energy card I'm playing. I'm not really counting Spider-Man as 4 energy in this. So I'm playing Rescue as well. You can sometimes still play 2 4 energy cards. On reveal, if you play a card here next turn, she's plus 5 power. So she can be 9 stats for 4, which is, again, slightly above curve. Usually you're looking to double the points of a card. Plus a little upside. But Rescue's just solid. 9 stats for 4. You can combo her with Spider-Man and Professor X to like secure that lane, right? It's like lots of stats in your Professor X lane or whatever. I'm playing Cosmo. Cosmo is the main card I want to get rid of. I think I would be playing maybe Psylocke in this deck. I would try it at least if I had her. There's actually an art variant of Cosmo. So in Marvel Snap, not only can you like upgrade cards aesthetically, there's also a whole bunch of art variants. So this is the normal Cosmo. And this is the art variant I have. It's like Cosmo that's been venomed, right? So very, very cool. There's like loads of variants for every card. And more getting added all the time. I'm playing Green Goblin. Green Goblin is a spy, basically. It's only 3 stats for 3 energy, minus 3 stats, but it's going to your opponent's side, so it's clogging a spot on their board. You can only have 4 cards at each location, which means 12 cards total. So this is decreasing the amount of cards your opponent can have on their side of the board, but more importantly, it's like decreasing the amount of points they can have at a certain location. Green Goblin, really, really powerful card. Hobgoblin is the other Goblin. It's 5 energy and minus 8 stats. A lot of the time you would play it in a Daredevil deck, but I actually found that it was too awkward because I just had too many high cost cards. And since I got Spider-Man, I've removed Hobgoblin from this deck. And we have Angela. Angela's just one of the best mid-range cards in the game. Whenever you play a card in Angela's row, she's gaining +2 power. So all you need to do is play 2 cards in her lane, and she's playing for above curve for 5 stats. And then I'm playing a bunch of 1-drops. I'm playing Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon is... Rocket Raccoon is 1 energy, 2 stats. On reveal, if your opponent played a card here this turn, +2 power. So you can get up to 4 stats on Rocket Raccoon, which is, again, 4 times more than its energy cost, which is very, very good. But obviously, you need to know where they're playing. And that, again, combos very well with Daredevil. If you can play Spider-Man and Rocket Raccoon on turn 5, because you know where your opponent's playing, you can get a lot of stats. Playing Nightcrawler, you can move this card once. It's one of the best 1-drops. Hey, Talkwin, great to see you. Nightcrawler is moving to your Professor X row, your Spider-Man row to help you win the lane. Also has nice synergy with Angela because you can play it in your Angela lane and then move it out and then play more cards for your Angela. So it's like potentially +2 points on Angela. Playing Iceman, which is one of the best 1-drops in the game. Give a random card in your opponent's hand +1 cost. Imagine your opponent sitting on a Professor X and then suddenly you play a 1-cost card, which makes this card cost 6. This card is now useless. And then Electra, which is a 1-cost, 1 power. On reveal, destroy a random enemy 1-cost card at this location. So yeah, the main card I don't like in this deck is the Cosmo. I've only played it a couple times. I'm just checking it out, seeing how I feel about it. I would love to have another 3-drop in here that's just like, I don't know, doing a little bit more for me. Maybe you could try Wave to like early Professor X, but it sounds kind of bad to be honest on average. I was even thinking about trying like Maximus as like a value card, but I think giving your opponent 2 cards is bad. Maybe in this deck it's fine though, because you're like locking down locations. It's not a problem. Yeah, I was also just thinking about playing another 1-drop, honestly, in this deck. Like Sunspot, maybe. You guys play Sunspot and Armor. Like maybe you ditch Electra and you play Sunspot and Armor, for example. To like Armor can protect your Sunspot from dying. Sunspot's just good in Professor X kind of lane, right? Also, I was thinking Ant-Man is maybe solid instead of Cosmo. So we'll try Cosmo out to begin with, but then maybe we'll end up with something different. Because I'm not really convinced by it. Let's get into some games. So Iceman's just the opening play here. I guess we can go into Atlantis. Well, not getting to it. Good man. Okay, so we're going to Angela the right lane here because X-Mansion is putting a card in there, which is taking away Angela value. Adam Warrior, eh? So Adam Warrior, if they're winning that lane, is drawing them a card each turn. On reveal effects don't happen here. It's pretty bad for us because I was planning on playing like Rocket Raccoon and Electra there. I figure we Green Goblin mid because X-Mansion is also taking up a spot, so that's like limiting the amount of points. Okay, and they storm X-Mansion.
Wind, aid my hand.
Drawing a card every turn. Maybe they even have like Juggernaut here, right? We could go like Rocket Raccoon, Electra mid. I feel like it's maybe a bait and we should just take the rescue to the right. I'm not really feeling too good about this. I think Nowhere's kind of cucking us quite hard. I think I'm just going to take rescue to the right, honestly. I'm not going to snap. I'm not feeling too confident. I'm just going to let them win mid. Oh shit, this is on. I thought it was ongoing for some reason. I mean, the good news is they've kind of got it right that they were going to overcommit mid, right? So we could Professor X left or right and try and win. They snap on us.
friendly neighborhood Spiderman here.
We got Spidey'd on, mate. That's the power of the Spidey. Am I any good at this game? I'm pretty decent. I'm a really low rank though because I haven't really played much recently. I'm pretty decent. I'm definitely not amazing. Bane finished like 7th, mate, on the world leaderboards. Couple like they had like a little test leaderboard. It's not like the actual way they're gonna do it. But yeah, I think I'm pretty good. I'm not playing a very good deck particularly. But like Bane is a little sweat bag, and I have a very, very good record against Bane. So I'm gonna try and be competitive. I'm gonna focus on content. I want to cast it, bro, for sure. For sure. So obviously being good at the game helps in that sense, right? Obviously, like, let's be honest, my strength's always been deck building. So mate, casting this game would be such a banger. It's something I'm just really wanting to do as well as like add. I've got my CV now of like casting for CD Projekt, but I want to add to it, right? And you're shit at that, so not much. Mate, don't say that. So yeah, my plan is when you can do friendly matches, I'll start running some community tournaments and stuff. What the hell do we do here, man? So janky. I mean, this kind of makes sense if they go left. Whatever. This Green Goblin just kills itself. But like Green Goblin right was terrible. Green Goblin mid was terrible. So I think this made sense. Now this guy's a deck building master. I mean, that's one way to describe it. Yeah, this game's very over.
Escape.
I guess MCU variant would be the correct way of saying it. Yeah, I think I might buy some more Marvel Masterpiece cards, to be honest. Just getting ready for the videos. Am I liking Elektra? I mean, not that much, to be honest. But it's very good against Sunspot, right? And there's quite a lot of Sunspots doing the rounds. But I also feel like I'm very behind in like the meta and stuff. Like I'm actually not. I really haven't been playing much. I have actually been playing a lot more this week. I've even been playing off stream this week again. So yeah, like this Icebox hit my Professor X. Now my Professor X is rendered completely useless. I think we just don't bother with Daredevil this game. We're just gonna win left and mid, right? I think we can snap. I think one thing that's really important with Daredevil is don't get baited to play it just for okay. It's actually a really good play for them. Don't get baited to play it just for the sake of it. Like prioritizing points is also very important. So we go Electra left and Spider-Man right. We can probably just move the Nightcrawler out as well. We just win now. This play didn't make much sense. This is also why I just put another 1-drop in, like, because of Rescue Spider-Man, right? Like, this kind of thing happens somewhat often.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man
Which is
here.
why instead of Cosmo, I just decided to go for another 1-drop. Right, is there anything we're losing to? Am I supposed to move Nightcrawler? They're snapping?
Opponent snapped.
Okay. Hey Shinobi, what's up? Good to see you, mate.
Victory.
Big chilling. I haven't been streaming at this time recently, but I'm kind of tempted to try it more often. So I've actually got a sane sleep schedule again. So excited for the future of my next few months. I'm gonna be proper mixing up my content. So obviously, like, I've been playing Gwent. I started doing Gwent in 2017. I've been doing Gwent like really for the last couple years. Seriously. Oh, sick, man. I'll definitely add you. Sounds like a plan. So, also, we should get. I was thinking we should get like a little Snap creator Discord going and stuff, right? Just a place where everyone can talk and stuff. Could be a banger. I'll add you before I forget. Thanks, mate. I guess we just go Daredevil left. So yeah, basically, I've just ordered a new phone, so I'm gonna be doing some IRL streams. I actually did my first IRL stream in Poland, like a week and a half ago, but the quality of it was too rubbish. But that should all be sorted now, so I can actually do some IRL streams. Then also next month, I am gonna start doing football sports streams. I actually got a message from Commute Magic, set up a Discord. Oh mate, that'll be a banger, yeah. Thank you. I did not get this message. So much appreciated. Nice. That's exciting. I guess we go Ant-Man right because ongoing effects doubling. But then again, like, I mean, I can move Nightcrawler right. It's whatever. Yeah, football stream. So it's more reacting to the football. I can't actually show it, but there's this thing called the Twitch Sports Accelerator program, which basically Twitch pay you money if you get enough viewers to stream in the sports category for 20 hours each month. I found out about this at TwitchCon, and in fact, I was telling a guy on the plane about it, and then this guy just comes up behind me and goes, "Oh, excuse me, did I hear you talking about the Twitch Sports Accelerator program?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I'm the boss of it." I was like, "What?" What are the odds of that? So the boss of this flipping Twitch Sports Accelerator program was on my flight and heard me talking about it. And then I actually did a football stream a couple of weeks back for England Women's Euros final, and he popped up in chat and was like, "Oh, good to see you here." So I definitely need to keep exploring that, right? I figure we go Spidey to. Let's just see what they play. We go Kazar left. Yeah, that's just Spidey here, right? Well, Spidey mid. Spidey mid, right? And then Chavez to the right is winning.
Oh, snap.
Hey, Unique. So, but football got like...
Victory.
Football streams is something I've wanted to for ages. Basically, the biggest... Because it's also a World Cup here, right? World Cup is happening in a few months. And also FIFA's out in like a month, and I'll be bashing FIFA and streaming loads of FIFA. I tried streaming loads of FIFA last year, but I had loads of performance issues, so I just didn't have the PC for it. Whereas now I'll have no problems. Have we got deck list? Yes, sorry, I can share it after this game. We could try and hold for Angela. I should just play the Daredevil, honestly. Nah, I think it's actually just good to stay here, right? Like, less information from my opponent. I have not been playing any FIFA 22 since the game first came out. For Spider-Man yesterday, nice. Yeah, I think this is the best deck I've played Spider-Man. And I only got Spider-Man myself the other day as well, though. Green Goblin not popping off here, actually. But I'm secretly very good at FIFA, right? Secretly. This is Pro X mid. We don't give a fuck about Daredevil, really.
Oh, snap.
Hang out for Hella. I want to play this card deck. Nice one. I actually have Hella too. I actually finally got Hellcat, so I should try that deck out a bit more. Do you need Drac for that deck? I don't know. Is Drac discard? I'm not certain. Just consumes. But yeah, so football stuff. Particularly because... it's World Cup here. Basically, the logic is if I'm watching something, why not make content about it, right? I mean, I guess I could have played Rocket Raccoon because I don't want. I can play all these cards on the last turn, right? So I'm running Chavez, who costs 5. I guess Iceman could have gone down. I feel like the surprise value and just getting to pick where I play all my cards is probably better though. They wave? Don't say that. Especially going to be streaming reacting to Wales winning the World Cup. Mate, that's it though, right? World Cup content will pop off. No way. Why did you say that, dude? Oh my god. They get the so it doesn't even matter. Let's go. Oh my god, that's brilliant. Just hit pull 3. Nice. But you got Spidey already? That's sick though. I'm liking Ant-Man a lot already. Ant-Man's just good. 4 stats? That's OP. Ant-Man's also like better when you're playing more 1-drops, right? I think that's like why I wasn't so sure on it before, because I didn't have that many 1-drops. Psylocke is really only good when you... Right. Is Psylocke good in Lockjaw decks? Mate, I do want Magneto as well. We just Green Goblin left and Snap because of Angela. Mainly Wong and negative, right. Okay, I'm also going to show you, Torquin, my optimized Lockjaw deck. Controversial. It's a very controversial deck, but I like it. A very controversial build, I guess, is the way of phrasing it better. What to do? Kind of like the idea of playing into Danger Room, honestly, with Angela. Should probably just be the play, right? Okay, there's one card that's not optimized in it, which is the 3 cost. I just don't know what the hell I want to play. I think I would probably try Psylocke, as I say, in there. But I don't actually know if it would be good in practice. It's controversial, mate. It's very controversial. So this is your opponent has... this is where Rescue's just popping off, right? I guess we're just Iceman. Mate, there's no clans or tribes or factions. And I don't think there will be. There's like the Guardians of the Galaxy, for example, all do very similar things, but Org Psylocke and Rock Side. It was a lot of fun. That does sound like fun, actually. My mic's turned off. Nah, it's not. I can see it moving. Definitely not. Let's go!
Victory.
Epic victory, dudes. Before the Daredevil, I just opened that player. I don't know.
Opponent snapped.
Hmm. Okay. Ah, bots will skip the mirror. Interesting. Oh, this is so good for us that they went Sunspot. Actually, is it? Yeah, it is. I just Nightcrawler mid, right? Like I was wanting to Nightcrawler left. I just Nightcrawler mid. It's fine. I guess I can also just see what they're playing, right? Maybe I can just 2-0 them. Wait, so they're not playing a card? So this is also very tempting then. Because I'm actually winning mid if I do this, right? But then my only card I'm going to play left is Electra. Like, is that really what I want to do next turn? Kind of not really, but I guess, like... I kind of have to do this. Do I really need the Spiderman there, though? Nah, I just do this, right? Then move Nightcrawler and some mid. But I'm tying right, and I should be winning one of the other two. This is just the most stats, right? We should just play for the tie and get the most stats. I was... Oh, right, the lizard, I see. I was very confused.
Oh, snap.
Kind of regret not snapping last turn, right? We get away with murder on the snap, like the late snap, that is. Usually you want to hold Nightcrawler, but like I have a nice mana curve, right? I have 2, 3, 4, so it's kind of unlikely I'm ever playing Nightcrawler in my Angela lane. Yeah, maybe I will though. I want a Green Goblin mid.
Avengers! Assemble.
I was so late. It was so late. This Green Goblin's popping off. I guess I just go rescue to the left, then I'm going to play all my bad cards. I think we can snap on this. I'm going to play all these ones.
Snap!
The Nightcrawler right, we play one card to the left. Oh, Bane calls it, there's one. So Punisher's just going to go down to the left. I guess we just Electra here. Like, I think we want the most stats to the right. Like, Rocket Raccoon here is good. Sure. Sure? Like this, I think, right? Is it gonna go Mystique to the right? This deck works. We might get the Ant-Man here. That'll be so nice. Oh, that's filthy. Okay, we might hit the Quinjet. Come on, hit the Ant-Man. I guess it doesn't matter which we hit, right? Because the Ant-Man's gonna die anyway, and they only have Spectrum to play, right? So we already win mid, because they're always going Spectrum. And they're always going Spectrum to the right. So if we hit Quinjet, the Ant-Man still loses 3 stats. So is it even better? Is it actually better to hit the Quinjet then? It's a 1. Quinjet's a cracked card. Like I think Quinjet with Moongo is probably really good. Oh! Okay, it was not as good as I was hoping. So this could have been Spectrum if they had it in hand, so they don't even have Spectrum in hand. It's a heartbreaker. So, Spectrum to the right is not even good, true? Oh wait, it buffs these as well, so Spectrum to the right, is it 6 body? So it's 6 body. He's get 4 each, so that's 14 points to the right. Is that right? Yeah. Is that how this works? No, it's going to buff by 8. 16. 22. So they're at 24. Mate, that's so broken. But this wins still, right? I hope I didn't do the maths wrong. There's no way they get 16 each. Surely it's 8 each. Which is still ridiculously strong. That's a 4 body, so I did do my maths wrong. This is going to take a while, I think. Hey Coco as well, good to see you, man. Woo! So yeah, I did the maths wrong because I thought Spectrum was a 6 body. Like, I was actually losing if Spectrum had a 6 body, right? Because we would have tied the right and then they would have more total points than me. What a win, baby. Let's go, Coco! I'm in love with the Coco. Is there a deck link? No, but I can get you one. Yo, Samir! The 3 months.
But I do.
Mate, thanks for the support. Do we play a 1-drop or do we not? I think we don't. Yo, Gulos up, man. Okay, let's do this. And maybe this, I guess. I guess Punisher left is solid. Spidey and Volt is really good as well, right?
Oh, snap.
Audio's gone very scuffed this game. Oh,
Friendly
snap.
neighborhood Spider-Man here.
That's a lot of cards they just played mid. Okay. So we just go rescue plus Nightcrawler here. Is that right? Obviously Professor X is also tempting, but the question is, do I leave Nightcrawler or do I... They could play a 1-drop and Electra could pop off, right? You never know. Now we tie mid? Aren't we winning mid?
Got him.
Oh, snap! Storm wrecks us here so hard. Holy shit. Wow. That's a nice looking storm too.
Wind, aid my hand.
Ouch. GG. That cucked us so hard. They should have snapped on us. Basically, the replacing Baxter was what was so brutal there, right? Because I lost mid as well.
Escaped.
Opponent snapped. Honestly, we kind of got high rolled there. The fact they committed 2 cards mid and had Storm. Like, the Storm was on a high roll, but the fact they committed 2 cards mid on that turn was... very, very good for them. Very, very bad for me. Haven't been very impressive rescue so far either. So Armor would suggest it's a Destroyer deck, right? We should probably Green Goblin the left then. Green Goblin the armor lane, right? So they can't kill it. Great man, Sync Alike. Am I supposed to try and compete for this lane? Mate, the game is so slow. Holy shit.
Opponent snapped.
This is maybe the iOS lag, right? So, I don't know if rescue's bugged or what. I'm not sure. What a donut. What a donut, mate. Let's go.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
So now it's just about who can get more points. I'm ahead by 2 as it stands. Their players, what, is it 16 points on Destroyer? So probably still lose, which is kind of unfortunate. I thought I had enough points mid, to be honest. I guess I don't. So this is 1, 5. Scammed.
Escape.